Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Byte, your go-to source for all things nerdy.
In bite-sized form. Today on the GameByte, we'll be talking about Halo 4. Woo! With our guest, Jake.
How's it going?
Jake's here.
Very cool. So now, Jake, let's start off with you. What did you think of Master Chief's latest epic?
Easily the best in the series. Most fun I've had playing a game, I think, since Halo 3 came out 5 years ago. So.
Wow.
I guess that's
wasn't a huge fan of Reach then, I would assume.
I think Reach was good, but definitely not. It felt not Halo. The graphics weren't there. They were good, but they weren't bright. They weren't vibrant. It was a lot darker and grittier.
Yeah. I really liked Reach personally, but it's no Halo Wars.
Yeah.
So, regardless. Yeah, I really enjoyed my time with Halo 4. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it's a new developer, 343, Microsoft, so Bungie's no longer involved. I was a little worried about it. I wasn't that excited about it before it came out. I literally forgot, and I was like, oh my god, Halo 4 comes out in a week. But
yeah, honestly, I think that was obviously people were hyped for the game, but I think there was a lot of, they're unproven. This studio has never put out a game before, but they definitely, I think they knocked it out of the park and shut a lot of people up, so.
Yeah, I definitely think it's the most fun Halo game there is. I think it surpasses 3 and just the amount of depth and just the fun. And my god, the online mode is just the greatest.
It's so fun. It's so good.
Incredibly fun.
And they did take some Call of Duty-ish influences in the online, but it wasn't they didn't rip off Call of Duty. It was more they took what works for Call of Duty and made it work for Halo.
It was definitely still very clearly Halo.
Oh yeah.
I mean just the dynamics and the weapons and the setting and everything is just so iconic at this point for Halo that you can't really chalk it up to any other game. Even if they pick and choose from other things, it's still so very Halo.
Yeah, at its core, it's still Halo.
Yeah. You almost hear of it as a genre now. It's you play video games, Halo and stuff. That's the first thing off everybody's head, even people that don't play video games.
I mean, my favorite genre is Halo and stuff by far, so best genre ever. RTSs, action, platformer, Halo and stuff.
People just say Halo.
Yeah, no, it's true. And I thought what was interesting about this game is it seems it's a lot more story-based than previous Halos.
That's what I got. Yeah. There's a lot more cinematic cutscenes and things like that they were really trying to drive the story more so than I've seen the other games do. I'm not a huge Halo fan personally, so oh my god, I know, I'm so bad at everything. But I actually was pretty interested in this story, and I actually paid attention, which is something that I don't often do for Halos, so this is good. That's a step for someone who isn't a huge fan. And for someone who is a huge fan, you seem to like it quite a bit, so they must be doing something right.
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely everything I like about Halo, but also new. It was fresh,
Yeah, and oh my god, let's talk about the graphics for a second. That opening cutscene is incredible. It looks like people.
Yeah,
it looks like people.
I actually, my first thought was, did they shoot live action to bookend the game? And then I realized, I was like, oh my god, no, this is all CGI. This is amazing. It
was incredible. I mean, I've been playing Assassin's Creed 3 lately, and I thought those graphics are great at the moment, but then by playing Halo, it's my god, what is this, a generation ago? It is incredible how good those graphics are.
Definitely.
Did they use any 3D rendering or anything like that? I didn't look up anything of how they made it or anything like that, but I know that they did a lot of 3D rendering for ODST, with Nathan Fillion and other actors that they cast for that. Yeah. They used their actual faces and kind of imposed it so it would look more realistic. I don't know if they did that for this.
I think the whole game was actually mocapped. It was all motion capture for all at least those first nice cutscenes. Those were all motion capture.
Those are incredible. So now, what did you guys think of the new villains? In this, they introduced the Prometheans. In addition to you're still fighting the aliens from the old games, which is something that goes against the story, right? They don't ever explain it, as far as I'm aware, in the game of why you're once again fighting the Covenant.
I think my only problem with Halo 4 right now is that a lot of the backstory to the game, you need to either have prior knowledge or there's terminals in the game that you find that do explain it, but you can't watch the videos you unlock in the game.
Yeah.
So if they had made those available in the game, it would have made it would have tied everything together a lot nicer because they do explain why the Covenant's back and about the Prometheans and everything, but you really don't get that unless you go find the terminals, go to Waypoint, watch the video. So
yeah, that's a hassle.
Yeah, that was I think a mistake, but
yeah,
that I think makes a lot more sense because as interested as I was in the story and what was happening, currently like in the actual like fights and like how to get from one thing to another, I felt like I was playing it with Jameson and a bunch of other people, and I kept asking on easy mode because I'm really bad at first-person shooters. Oh my god!
Wait,
let's get that out of the way.
The genre's called Halo and stuff.
I'm really bad at Halo, so
and stuff.
and stuff. But I kept asking questions about like, wait, why are we fighting the Covenant again? Why is this a thing? Where did the flood go? And why is that not a thing? And didn't everything blow up? And you know, like,
how is Cortana still alive when AIs
like,
die after 7 years?
And she's 8. Why is everyone not worried about that? And if they are, shouldn't she be fine? Because she's 8. She's made it a whole year. You know, like, I don't know. I kept asking a lot of questions, and I wasn't sure if it was because I missed it or whether it just wasn't accessible in the game as information.
Yeah, it was really like, it was cinematic, but it wasn't. I think they missed a little bit on the story. Like, the story was told well, but it wasn't told completely. I don't know if that makes sense, but
I almost wonder if they like relied too much on their fan base to like know everything that was going on, kind of just trust it. But like kind of didn't really cater it to someone like me that doesn't play so often.
Yeah, but I am glad we got some new villains finally. We got new weapons. It's something that we haven't had in Halo for a long time. So I mean,
those weapons are fun.
They're pretty cool.
Those are fun.
And I am a little disappointed though that it seems to be they're still in the Halo formula in the sense of that like this is like the gun that's similar to like the plasma blaster, the battle, but it's still incredibly cool to have these weapons. But what's interesting to me is like the design of these characters. They look more like something out of Metroid Prime. In that series, and I'm pretty sure that the
designer was pulled from Metroid Prime.
Yeah, from Retro. Yeah. So you definitely feel that influence. But it was a cool one. I dug it. I had a lot of fun fighting these guys.
Definitely.
And I think it made me excited about Halo again. I thought Reach was it. My Xbox happened to die right when I was like done playing Reach, so it felt well.
It will never end.
But I'm back, Microsoft. I'm back.
And so is the Chief.
So is the Chief. Most importantly, good old Chief.
It's gonna have to be this awesome game called Space is Key. I think it's by Chris Jeff Studios, I believe. It started out as a Flash game, got ported to iOS, not sure about Android. But it's got a really, really fantastic 8-bit soundtrack. And it's a really, really simple gameplay, but it's so addictive. Basically, you're a square moving across the screen laterally, and you have to jump over obstacles, and then it increases in speed, and you get to jump higher and stuff, and it just gets so much harder.
Very cool.
Basically, you're just trying not to die.
Very simple.
Awesome. Yeah,
but probably very addictive.
Oh yeah.
Indeed.
I've got a Square game as well. Well, it's a cube. My mobile game is...
Tell us what it is, Marion.
Why don't I? My mobile game is Curiosity. It's this big, huge thing going around where it's one game that you play online with the rest of the world, and all it is a cube, and when you tap on it, pixels disappear. Like itty-bitty tiny little pixels disappear, and there's something in the middle of the cube, and no one knows what it is. And so you just go on the game to tap at it and try to get to the middle, because only one person is going to see what the middle of the thing is. Like whoever like does the final tap gets to see what the center of the cube is. And like
it's like a Wonder Ball.
And so it's kind of like a race, but like you also have to help people, because like if you're tapping, then someone else might, it's just like the idea of like who's gonna get to see it first. Busy, the servers are always full, but play it and try to like get to the cube. I've seen it played because it looks really fun and addictive, but it's always a possibility. Curiosity.
Well, here's a game that I've actually played that I'm gonna recommend. It's actually my personal favorite iOS game, Where's My Perry? Now, this is like the spiritual sequel to Where's My Water, and it's made by Disney, and it's related to the TV show Phineas and Ferb, which is a great like kids cartoon. But you have to like get the it's like water to the end of the level in order to like free the secret agent Perry, and it's hard to explain. But literally, like these are the type of games that you cannot play on another device, and this is what excites me about iOS gaming and Android gaming in general. Is this whole genre that you could never get the same if you had control sticks. Like it wouldn't be any fun. But being able to actually touch the dirt and the ground and like making the passages for the water to go through and stuff, it's just incredibly fun, and I highly recommend it. It's personally my favorite available out there.
Awesome.
So
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
Barry
definitely
the
check it
Platypus,
out.
everyone.
Barry the Platypus. All right, well, that's all the time we have for today, but join us next time to find out what game Marion hasn't played but will recommend.
If you play it, tell me, because I want to be able to play it myself.
Thank you.
Yum.